take on one devotion. A veteran centre relishes his return to the playoffs after 7 seasons. A fan favourite relives an unforgettable play that made him a repeat champion. The current holders keep their title defence alive to close the competition's longest phase. And a new do-or-die phase promises great matchups steeped in basketball tradition. One player with significant experience of this stage of the Turkish Airlines Euroleague season is Panathinaikos Athens big man Esteban Batista, who first appeared in the competition in 2007 with Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv and progressed all the way to that season's Final Four in Madrid.
For the first year it was great. I came from NBA. I was not playing almost nothing in NBA, and to come at the team it was like a Maccabi and play this year, and we went to Final Four. We lost the final.
Unfortunately for Batista, there was no happy ending, but despite falling at the final hurdle, he has extremely fond memories of that weekend.
It was great. Everybody was talking about this. For me, it was something new, of course. It was my first experience. The atmosphere was great. Many people came from everywhere to see this weekend. I remember it was a very tough game, the first game, and also when the game finished, we won. I couldn't believe that it was in the final game of the Final Four. So I hope I will repeat this one more time in my career, and I'm looking for do this.
3 years later, Batista was back in the playoffs with his new team, Laboral Cucha Vitoria, with the Spanish team matched up against his former club, Maccabi. And that playoff series ranks as one of the biggest disappointments of Batista's career.
It was a little bit weird, also because we have a great team. I think it was one of the best teams that I played before. And we was pretty sure to make the ticket to the Final Four. Also, we had the home advantage, and we lost one game in the last second, I remember. And of course, after it was very difficult to get one game in Tel Aviv.
Having also spent 2 years with Anadolu Efes Istanbul, Batista has enjoyed this season competing with his 4th different Euroleague team after joining Panathinaikos Athens at the start of the campaign. And he has relished the opportunity to perform for such a major club.
I think every player in Europe wants to play for such a team like Panathinaikos with a great history. They have so many titles, so many Final Fours, and to be here is like you have the chance. I feel great. I think we have a great team with great persons also. That we know that our goal, our role on the team, and we are looking for this. I think every player like to be in a place that that team that they fight for the titles that all the time have the obligation to be in finals, and I think I'm a lucky guy to be part of teams like this.
And of course, Batista has greatly appreciated the experience of playing in front of Panathinaikos' famed fans, who he believes plays a crucial role for their team.
I think here is a great atmosphere to play with Panathinaikos fans. I think they are different than anybody. They are so passionate, they love so much the team, and they support us all the time. And I think it's one of the good things that also to play in Panathinaikos, not only the goals, like enjoy the fans, the love that they show to us, and they push a lot because when we play here, I think it's very. I was in the other side. I know how to play against them, so to play with them in our side is great. I think to be a player to see that is something very nice.
When the Turkish Airlines Euroleague season started, it's fair to say that few non-experts knew much of anything about Alba Berlin guard Alex Renfro. But But since landing in Berlin, Renfro has not only shown that he belongs, but was a catalyst as Alba came closer than any German team ever to making the playoffs.
I'm just trying to come in and do my job for our team that puts us in the best situation to win.
Renfro has been doing his job better than most, playing both behind and alongside point guard Cliff Hammonds to lead Alba in assists, steals and three-point shooting accuracy this season.
The way we have our team set up, you know, it's a lot easier for me to thrive, I guess, because, you know, me and Cliff share the point guard duty. And, you know, I think this gives teams different looks, just different perspectives from, you know, having the ball starting the plays and, you know, getting it later in the play. You know, I think that has helped me a little bit.
Coming off the bench more often than not hasn't hindered his production at all, and in fact has helped make Renfro a quick study of Euroleague teams and players he has seen for the first time throughout his rookie season.
When I'm on the bench, you know, I'm just sitting there surveying the game, seeing, you know, the flow of it and trying to figure out the things that I probably need to do. It just gives me a chance to watch, just to watch and relax and I guess settle into the game before I actually get out there.
His learning curve has shown Renfro getting better as the season progressed, just like Alba has done. During the top 16, he has ranked among the 5 best Euroleague players in both assists and steals, while being named B1 MVP of the week when Alba became the first German team ever to beat Panathinaikos in Athens. Something else that sets Renfro apart for someone who plays much of the time as a point guard is his rebounding. His 4.5 rebounds per game are the most for any player his size in the competition.
Sometimes, you know, I'm just in the right place at the right time. Usually when I get rebounds, you know, people aren't boxing me out as much as they would, you know, the big men, of course. This is a part of my game, you know, it makes me feel more involved with the game.
Having spent his pro career until now hopscotching between Latvia, Croatia, Italy, Spain, Germany and Russia, it was not easy for Renfro to get noticed, but he is sure that he learned a lot in every place.
I think this helps because, you know, I get to see different styles of life, you know, different customs. You know, just trying to be well-rounded, you know, have a perspective from all different angles. I think this is the exciting part of life, that you get to have different experiences and things like this. So, you know, and also the basketball is different.
Among the things Renfro learned from changing places so often is to play, and play well, for today, and then let the future take care of itself.
I'm taking it a day at a time. You know, I try my best not to get too caught up in the future, you know, looking into the future. And, you know, I just try to take it day by day and, you know, maximize everything that can be done today. You know, I try to maximize that.
His Euroleague opportunity, coming as Renfro enters the prime of his career, could not have been better timed, nor more auspicious for a player who has waited his turn and is now making the most of it.
Hopefully this is the start of something new. You know, I love playing Euroleague. It's exciting basketball every game, and I mean, it's always something to look forward to. So, you know, I hope it is the start of something good. And, you know, I'm ready. I'm still working, so, you know, I know I'm still getting better, and, you know, my body feels great. So, I don't know, man, just God willing, you know, I can keep raising it up a level and, you know, keep enjoying having some successful seasons.
Now let's find out what happened in the last round of the top 16. In Group E this week, Maccabi marched into the playoffs, followed by Panathinaikos, while Real Madrid clinched first place at the expense of arch-rival Barcelona. Madrid fell behind early to visiting Žalgiris Kaunas and James Anderson, before the trio of Sergio Rodriguez, Felipe Reyes and JC Carroll combined for 32 points after half-time, and the would-be Final Four hosts soared to a 99-83 victory to win the group. Their victory denied first place to Barcelona, which prevailed 65-88 on the road at Galatasaray, as Ante Tomic dominated with 20 points. Maccabi stayed ahead in a tight battle despite Alex Renfro dishing 9 assists for hosts Alba Berlin. Devin Smith's career-high 7 triples ultimately proved decisive in taking the defending champs to the playoffs and eliminating Alba. Maccabi's victory also sent Panathinaikos through despite the Greens losing in Belgrade when Boban Marjanovic ruled the paint again to give Crvena Zvezda fans a 69-68 farewell victory. The final standings show Madrid winning the group on points over Barcelona, while Maccabi finished 3rd and Panathinaikos 4th in a tiebreaker with Alba. Group F hierarchy came clear after CSKA Moscow won away, Fenerbahce got back into winning ways, Olympiacos rebounded at home and Unicaja finished strong. CSKA Moscow secured top spot with a 79-88 road win at EA7 Milan that was paced by its big men. Sasha Kaun rocked the rim for 17 points, while Andrei Voroncevic and Andrei Kirilenko backed him up with 14 points each. Crosstown rivals Fenerbahce and Anadolu Efes clashed in a decisive Istanbul derby that saw Birkan Batuk's 12 points give the visitors a brief fourth-quarter lead. But Andrew Gavrilok and Bogdan Bogdanovic stepped up in crunch time as Fenerbahce pulled away to win 83-72. That result opened a door of playoff opportunity to Laboral Cucha. But even while Fabien Causeur shined with 21 points, his team lost its all-Spanish showdown 93-84 to red-hot Ryan Toulson and Unicaja Malaga, letting Efes advance in a tie. Olympiacos warmed up for the playoffs by having its defence down visiting Nizhny 77-70 as Matt Loyeski posted team highs of 17 points and 8 rebounds. CSKA, Fenerbahce and Olympiacos finished 1st to 3rd, separated by 1 win between them, while Efes did enough to edge Laboral in a tiebreaker for the last playoff spot. When it comes to championship games, most plays that are seared into the memories of fans were made by scorers in the closing moments. The notion that the title-winning momentum could have changed 15 minutes earlier by stopping a shot might seem hard to believe, but that's exactly what happened to Karl-Heinz and Olympiacos Piraeus in London in 2013. Also, unlike most big moments, his play in the middle of the 3rd quarter began with a mistake.
It was almost like a desperation play, because if I remember correctly, I just turned over the ball. I think it was Vasily. He came off a pick and roll. He tried to throw it back, and that was kind of something in our system that I was supposed to be in the spot, and I wasn't in the spot I was supposed to be. And he threw it back, and I kind of fumbled the ball, and I kind of wanted to make a difference because I was, kind of upset at myself that I fumbled the ball.
Olympiacos had erased an early 17-point deficit by then, but Real Madrid was poised to counter-attack when Nikola Mirotic broke away to turn Heinz's mistake into an easy layup. So it seemed.
My first instinct was just to run us back as fast as possible, and try to at least contest the shot. I just make it a turnover, so my only focus is to kind of get back and try to defend the basket. So I was just locked in and kind of almost like zoomed in on the target of the ball.
What Heinz didn't know, and what gave the play an extra layer of novelty, was that his teammate Kostas Papanikolaou was running right beside him with the exact same idea.
I didn't realize he was there until I seen the replay of the play. A couple of days or the night afterwards. I didn't even know he was with me. So.
Heinz and Papanikolaou converged at full speed as Mirotic looked to drop in the layup. But before the ball left his hand, Heinz smacked it away and landed out of bounds with a shocked Mirotic. Whether or not Papanikolaou touched the ball too is unclear, even on replays. But at the moment, it certainly looked like an unheard-of chase-down block by 2 defenders at once.
Man, I felt myself block it, so maybe he got a piece as well. But like I said, it was a great defensive play. But I felt myself block it. But if he wants to take credit too, he's my guy, so I'll allow him to share that.
The block shot ricocheted off the backboard to AC Law, who ran the length of the court for a wide-open layup in front of some stunned Madrid defenders.
A lot of people say that we're watching the game after that play, that it kind of like Real Madrid was kind of, you know, almost deflated after that, I guess you could almost say. But like for us, I mean, it was a big play at the time, and I think it, you know, helped led us to the, you know, to the eventual win.
And not just any win. Olympiacos that night celebrated just the second back-to-back Euroleague title in more than 2 decades.
It was in a championship game, a game that had a lot of meaning, a play that definitely defined the game that we played. So I mean, I think for me, I mean, it's probably the, you know, the biggest and probably the most important block that I had this far in my career.
Champion and a breakthrough performer shared the honours as B-Win co-MVPs as the top 16 closed in round 14 this week. Devin Smith scored a career-high 28 points to lead Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv into the playoffs with a rousing 64-73 road win at Alba Berlin. To his 7 three-pointers in 10 attempts, Smith added 7 rebounds, an assist and a block shot for a performance index rating of 28, which was the highest this week among players on winning teams. He was matched in that total by Boban Marjanovic, who led Crvena Zvezda Telekom Belgrade to a 69-68 farewell victory against visiting Panathinaikos Athens. Marjanovic finished with 12 points, 3 assists and 1 block, while his incredible 16 rebounds gave him a new Euroleague record on the boards for one season with a total of 256. Let's check out the top 5 plays of the week.
Number 5. Milan, Italy. Sasha Kaun of CSKA Moscow misses around the basket, but here comes Andrei Kirilenko to fix the problem with a backboard shaking putback dunk. Number 4. Belgrade, Serbia. Boban Marjanovic of Crvena Zvezda shows off his passing skill with a one-handed no-look assist out of a double team to Luka Mitrovic, who rocks the rim. Number 3. Istanbul, Turkey. Emir Prelzic's jump shot for Fenerbahce won't fall, but Jan Vesely comes out of nowhere to make sure that the ball goes where it was meant to. Number 2. Madrid, Spain. A classic combination for Los Blancos. Sergio Rodriguez sends it through the air, and Marcus Slaughter throws down the hammer. And for number 1 play of the week, Istanbul, Turkey. Thomas Hurtel of Anadolu Efes sends a pass into a crowd where Stefan Lasme rises above August Savas to complete a huge alley-oop slam.
After an exciting top 16, the Euroleague moves forward to the playoffs with 4 Super 5-game series featuring every champion from the last 14 seasons set to take the drama to the next level starting Tuesday. Real Madrid seeks to become the first team in 8 years to reach the Final Four in its own city. With a high-powered offense fueled by the creativity of its 2 Sergios, Yui and Rodriguez, Madrid averages more assists this season than any team in Euroleague history. Head coach Pablo Laso also counts on the dynamic Rudy Fernandez, ranked 3rd all-time among playoff performers, while Euroleague rebounds record holder Felipe Reyes is enjoying his best season ever, with the competition's 2nd best per minute production. JC Carroll remains one of the most dangerous shooters around, while Gustavo Ayllón, Ioannis Borousis and Andres Nocioni provide inside balance for a team on a mission to play for a Euroleague title in front of its home fans. With its mix of veteran experience, players in their primes and young talent, Anadolu Efes Istanbul returns to the playoffs with nothing to lose and everything to gain in its first season under coaching legend Dusan Ivkovic. The team's old guard features go-to centre Nenad Krstic and 2-time Euroleague champion Stratos Perperoglu. A defence that was the best in the regular season uses Dante Draper on the ball and Stefan Lasme, the Euroleague's 3rd best shot blocker all time, to protect the rim. Scoring is balanced inside by Milko Bielica and out by Tomas Hurtel, while a corps of young guns is headed by tough Dario Saric and speedy Jedi Osman. How its three generations come together under fire will decide whether Efes can challenge for a Final Four spot too. Real Madrid hosts Efes for the first game on Wednesday the 15th before travelling to Turkey for Game 3. Fenerbahce Ülker Istanbul's 9-game road winning streak, the Euroleague's second longest this century, proved that Željko Obradovic's men can win anywhere, as they recorded victories at Barcelona, Olympiacos and CSKA Moscow. Nemanja Bjelica's all-round excellence won March's monthly bwin MVP award. Andrew Gaudulok is the top scorer still alive in the competition. Jan Vesely keeps filling the highlights reels. And Bogdan Bogdanovic offers maturity beyond his years. Ricky Hickman's season-ending injury leaves the playmaking to another former Euroleague champ, point guard Nikos Zizis, and to point forward, Emir Prelzic, as Fenerbahce aims to become the first Turkish team in 14 years to reach the Final Four. Though defending champ Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv waited until the last top 16 game to qualify for the playoffs, history offers Guy Goodies and his team some optimism. When that happened 3 times before this century, Maccabi made the Final Four twice and lifted the trophy once. With do-it-all Devin Smith and one-of-a-kind Sophocles Kortsanitis among 6 returnees from last season's title team, Maccabi won't lack for experience. Newcomer Brian Randall joined high-flyer Alex Tyus in making Maccabi the Euroleague's best shot-blocking team of the last 13 years, while Jeremy Pargo returned to the backcourt in hopes of reaching his 3rd Final Four in as many Euroleague seasons. Having dodged elimination, the champs enter the playoffs on a high note, dangerous as always. Reigning champs play their first 2 matches in Istanbul, but return to Tel Aviv on Monday the 20th. Having averaged more points than any Euroleague team in a decade, CSKA Moscow also boasts this season's best overall record, thanks to a torrid 15-game victory streak to open the season. 3 scoring guards Milos Teodosic, Aaron Jackson and Vitaly Fritzon have given CSKA the league's best 3-point shooting percentage for 10 years. With the resourceful inside trio of Andrei Voroncevic, Sasha Kaun and Karl Heinz, plus the athleticism of all-action Sonny Weems and January bwin MVP Nando De Colo, it's easy to see how Dimitris Itoudis' team has earned home court advantage as it seeks the club's 12th Final Four appearance in 13 years. And if all that's not enough, expect an increasingly influential role for returning star Andrei Kirilenko. Panathinaikos Athens is back in the playoffs for a 5th consecutive season, despite a roster transformation that shows only 1 player left from 3 seasons ago and a new face on the bench, Duško Ivanovic. 3-time Euroleague winner Dimitris Diamantidis remains this team's leader, however, and his assists to skywalking James Gist are positively inspirational. The Greens have a solid inside presence in hard-working Esteban Batista and can rely on a trio of up-and-coming perimeter threats, Nikos Papas, Vladimir Jankovic and AJ Slaughter, for speed and agility on the wings. With another 3-time Euroleague champ, Antonis Fotsis, providing extra experience, Panathinaikos is sure to bring its winning tradition to bear whenever and wherever it takes the floor. CSKA and Panathinaikos go head-to-head for a place in the Final Four, starting on Tuesday 14th in Moscow. A solid mix of youth and experience saw FC Barcelona get steadily better all season long, until its current 8-game winning streak propelled Xavi Pascual's team to this, its 10th consecutive playoffs appearance. The Euroleague's all-time leading scorer, Juan Carlos Navarro, still leads the Barcelona charge, while its newest superstar, centre Ante Tomic, anchors the inside game. They are are complemented in equal parts by savvy veterans like Brad Ollison and Bostian Nakbar, and young guns like Alex Abrines and Mario Hezonja. The power of Tomas Satoransky and the guile of Marcelinho Huertas provide enviable playmaking variety, while new forwards Justin Dolman and Deshaun Thomas round out a dangerous roster aiming only for the greatest heights. Defense is the name of the game under new Olympiacos Piraeus boss Giannis Varopoulos, as the Reds conceded fewer points than any team this season. He'll count on Brian Dunstan, last season's best defender, and the athletic duo of Othello Hunter and Brent Petway to protect the basket. The offense will be in the hands of three-time Final Four MVP Vasilis Spanoulis. Among other former champs, club hero Georgios Printezis will be as vital in the paint for Olympiacos, as are guards Kostas Loukas and Vangelis Mansares on the perimeter. With even more depth from three-point threats Matt Loyeski and Oliver Lafayette, the Reds hope they have enough to win at least one road game and return to the Final Four. Barcelona have home court advantage against Olympiacos for the first two games before moving to Piraeus for Game 3. The playoffs start next week, so we'll be back for more Euroleague action.